But that's a little intro for what I wanted to ask you. Because I saw this on a different podcast, and I wanted to ask you: do you remember your first relationship? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode. I think this is episode 71. Well, fuck all that. I know y'all see. I know y'all see what I see, right? Brother, walk us through the thought process.
There was no thought process. I've been told you. I told you in like 2 episodes ago. I was like, bro, I just feel like cutting this off. Like this quasi type beat. Like I literally like what was it? Like 3 or 4 days ago I did it. Like I legit I forgot where I went.
Did you go to? I was gonna say, did you go to a barbershop or you did you did it yourself?
No, I did it myself. I got no cut. You see my hairline cut right now. Like
Yeah.
I legit like
Not
I legit.
a lineup, bro.
No, not yet. Not yet. I'm gonna go to the barbershop eventually. But I'm regrowing them back. Like this is not I'm just saying no. Like I'm literally after we're going back to July 2nd. I got an appointment booked to get my coils in. So starter locks basically. So I'm getting them right back, regrowing them. I just think like honestly it's just starting over, you know? Want to start over, that's it. Like legit I went to honestly this was like a quasi type of impulse. Like I legit like I went somewhere, I forgot where I went. And then I just came back, and then when I went to the store, I just bought scissors. I showered. I just got to cutting.
What did you do with the dirt? Just threw them out?
I just threw them out. Some people keep them, and then if they decide like they want to reattach them back, they can, and will just look the same. But I'm like, bruh, I enjoyed the process of getting here. I was here. I was like, hey, let's cut it.
Because I was thinking this year in like August, I'm gonna go back to like the wave type beat, like the down, the wave. With this new barber, I trust he gonna maneuver something like special for me. But brother, like the last that I was expecting to come over here and see, and she with the dreads on.
You the first one to actually see me.
But what does it feel like though?
You know the things that like I've like the habits that I'm used to like when I put on a shirt, I always go like this. Now I'm going like this. I'm like, oh wait. Or like sometimes it's like I shake my head. I'm like, oh damn, there's nothing there. Or what else? I don't got like shower caps never fit, so I had to get like a plastic bag and like cut it so that my hair doesn't get wet. So now I can put on a shower cap basically. But I'm again, like I said, this is temporary. I'm growing them right back within a year.
I know, I understand it's temporary, but I'm not used to seeing you like this.
Yeah.
So it's like when you came on, I was like, hold on, like it's like his hair that grown out that it's like it just looks like this. So hey man, shout out to New Beginnings, man. I don't know, but yeah, you ain't telling on the soul. You ain't telling on the soul.
I've been done it for like a good week now after I came back from that function. So yeah.
Damn,
How
brother.
you been, my brother? Damn.
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
it's every week is some new shit, brother. It's like every week it's a new obstacle, but that's not the one I wanted to come in here and talk about. I forget who I was talking to. I was talking about my cousin had called me the other day because he was like he wanted to like ask about something, and we was talking and he was like, "Oh, like you've been doing this podcast shit for like a while now. When is it gonna take off?" And I was talking to him and I was like, the reason I'm not really that pressed about it is 'cause I don't feel like I give my 110. Like I know what it's like to have a goal, and every day you wake up, you like, yes, 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 I'm on it. I'm like, I'm not that way with this one. This one I show up when I can't. Like we're getting the results I'm exactly working for. I'm not pissed off, but at the same time, I'm like, damn, is your boy getting lazy? Your boy don't know how to goal achieve no more. What are we doing? So I thought about it, and I was like, I gotta. Cause I be sitting down there and I be like, I don't be having time. I have all the time in the world. I just be doing bullshit. I just be doing bullshit and saying bullshit. So I was like, after I come back this weekend, I'm just like, I'm gonna try to like have a more laser focused approach to this. I'm actually giving my all and see where it could go because it hasn't been the same way. But that's a little intro for what I wanted to ask you. Cause I saw some different podcasts and I wanted to ask you, do you remember your first relationship?
I mean, does it really count?
You
Yeah.
know, from other podcasts, they were talking about it and they were like reminiscing on like walk us through it, brother. How did it start? How did it go? How did it end? Like let's chat about it. I was like, we reminisce a lot, but that's something we don't really be asking a lot. And I was like, I'm gonna pose the question and see where it gets us.
You guys lived through it with me.
Not really.
Yes, you
Not-
did. Freshman
not-
year.
I didn't live through it with you. It's like I heard you got the girl.
And I heard you lost the girl. He's a god and then lost it. And he started playing. She started playing stupid. But
No, but the viewers don't know walk on about your first relationship. This is the first time I'm asking you straight up. Like, walk us through step A through Z. How did it start? How did it end?
honestly, she came to a friend, and then the friend was like, "Hey, gang, she feeling you." At first, I'm like, Mundum, like, huh? And I like, I was like, okay, cool, whatever. Then, Mundum decided to put his toe in the water. Then the foot got in, and then shoot, probably didn't last past 3 weeks.
During those 3 weeks, I didn't do nothing. No
No.
dates. Yeah, I just went to school and socially just came back home.
Brother, dates? You knew me. You knew me freshman year. I ain't had no money on to be dates. I had $5. This was for me. It's not getting no dates. Are you what?
Okay.
Bro, sometimes I be thinking about that, bro. And sometimes like I be seeing my baby sister, bro. I'm like, I remember from like pre-K to like all the way till now. She always had money for after school every day. I'm like, me. I remember bro, I didn't start getting no lunch money until like high school. And then
I
she
didn't
was
have no money.
like every day. You was going no day for me.
It was the when you ain't have nothing but your brethren had something they give you PC. Those used to that's just used to but finish. So 3 weeks, it was just go to school and come back, go to school and come back.
Yeah, that's it. There was nothing more to it, to be honest with you.
You know.
Bro, I told you. Like, there was nothing more to it.
But what would you say you learned from that first relationship dynamic?
Honestly, like, you don't really. I wouldn't say I learned it from that relationship dynamic, but like my high school experience, I say high school altogether, with all the experiences I have with women, there's more that needs to surface. That's what I learned. Listen,
Okay.
I think high school honestly was just a battleground, a testing ground it was just a testing ground because now it's like it gives you better discernment for certain things. So that's why when people be like they're like 25, 26, never had a girlfriend, never had a boyfriend, I'll be like, bro, you better go out there. You better go out there because it's like, bro, these people are treacherous. At least when you go experience it, you can see all the tricks. Whereas like when you're going out there looking for the one, you will see what you want and what you don't want. Going out there with no experience, brother, you're gonna be lost. You're gonna be hurt. There's certain hurt, get out the way young, because you're more resilient when you're young. Certain pain now, I probably might be mad at you for life. Like, who knows? But I say, like, it gave me better understanding of, like, what I wanted in women, what I don't want in women. But then again, it's like, it's high school. We're all young. Would I ever get in contact with the people that, like, at something where at high school? I wouldn't reach out to them, but if I were to bump into them near some way, somehow, and something happens, something is on the surface there, yeah, I'd revisit it. But I'd say that's the best. That's all I got for you, man, when it comes to high school. But I didn't really do much, to be honest with you, so.
Because I heard a podcast and I'm reminiscing. I'm like, Quadro, do you even know what my first relationship was?
Well, middle school for sure.
No, my first relationship was 5th grade.
5th grade? Oh yeah, I definitely ain't know.
But you knew the shorty, but you didn't know
Oh, the twinsies.
twinsies. Yeah. For the viewers, I don't know. My them first dip his toes with some twins, and then I remember.
Oh no.
I forgot how it started, but I was like fresh off the boat, and I came into PS 114 at the time, and she was in a different class. And the thing is, she was like the best student in her class. And Mandem was on the up and coming. I had to learn the English, and all that. So, but I was always like I was like a head on my shoulders. So I remember there was one time her teacher had sent her down. I remember her class was like 314. My class was 207. Her teacher had sent her down to come get something from us. She walked past, the nyash was nyash. The nyash was nyash. Bro.
He took that neck real quick.
Bro, I remember she walked in. My head was facing this way. Teacher was like, oh, hey, said her name like, hey, student. I'm looking at how I walk. I said, oh. But she wasn't really feeling your boy at the time. At the time, because you know what Mandem looked like off the boat. Mandem ain't really going to look at. She wasn't really feeling your boy. And then I remember
you was rocking them high waters, heaven, bro. Like
I look at myself back then, bro. Nothing about me was appealing. I had nothing going about.
Organized.
Yeah.
Appealing. I'd say organized. There was no organization, just pure fuckery. Like
that's what I'm saying. So she didn't really take me serious, but like because we were both Ghanaian, she like would talk to me and stuff like that. And over the summer, she was like, "Oh, like I'm starting to like you." I remember I used to back in the day we used to be on Facebook Messenger playing them Facebook games. She'd be like, "What level you in?" And Candy Crush. I'm like, "I'm level 60." She like, "I'm level 65." I gotta hop on. I used to live for those days, and then trickled on, and then it was like on and off, on and off, on and off, on and off. Like it was on and off through middle school, and then when I went to high school, like deaded. And like we still like kept in contact. Like I knew what she was up to. She knew what I was up to. At a certain point, I remember I visited her college up in Newport at some point during my undergrad. And I did I stay with her? And then she Like I saw her, we spoke, and the whole time, but like it was a vibe where like for years, I think not I think like she felt we were soulmates and we are ultimately gonna find our way back to each other. And it really hurt me when she found herself where they left. It really did. I'll be real. It really did. But
People like you, bro. I swear to God. Like,
no, but my thing is the reason I guess it never worked is because she was somebody that like at like fifth grade she knew she wanted to settle down and have kids and all that. Man, in fifth grade I'm still I'm not at my full potential yet. Yeah, so I think that kind of deterred me a little bit off, but it was also like a lot of things with communication and issues like that. And I've to this day I'm still working on my communication, and her communication wasn't good at the time either. So it ended up, but really good. I have no bad things to say about her. Good individual, good head on her shoulders, smart girl. Niash, I've not seen a lot of Niash better than that in my lifetime. I'll give her that. But oh my god, it's because it's so crazy. Because I remember because I was scrolling through my phone, and like her name popped up because she reached out to me like I think like 12 weeks ago, like 2-3 months ago. And I don't know because like she reached out to me on Snapchat because she got a new number and she didn't want to give me the number. She just reached out to me and said, "How are you doing? Like, what are you up to?" And we caught up.
if you're not gonna give me a number, then don't hit me up. What the hell? If I'm not number worthy, then don't talk to me.
No, but I would say like I care about her to some degree. I don't care about her in the sense that I want to get back together, but that's still first base ski. Like no matter how far in life you go, you will never forget your first. You will never forget your first base ski.
I don't know, Quadro. You just weird, bro. I don't know why you would have kept them around. Once you're done,
I'm not keep. I'm not. What do you mean I'm keeping them around? Who do I keep? Well, first of all, let's not do that. What ex base am I keeping around?
You're right.
You know I missed the ones we're done. We're done.
You're right.
Like
You're
I might
right.
come into a group chat every now and then and cry that I lost you, but I'm never keeping you around.
Yeah, you're right.
That's what I'm saying.
Right.
I don't keep it on, but like it's one of those things that you said. Like I'm not gonna actively reach out to you, but if you were to reach out to me or like we bump each other, like yeah, we could catch up in kumbaya, but you're not actively in my day-to-day life. That it's past that.
The thing is, the good thing is that I realized with me is I don't look the same like I did in high school. So there's times where I went back to the city and I've walked past people that I used to know, and I'm like, thank God they don't recognize me. Like the only one that walked past and that recognized me off the rip was CJ. I ran into CJ when I went back to the city.
Different.
Jalen,
CJ was a
I
different
seen
type of.
Jalen. I seen Jalen and I stopped him. I'm like, yo, bro, what's up? And he looked at me. He's like, oh shit, what's up, bro? How you been? But CJ off the rip, like literally, I made a left. He's like, I already recognized you. Like literally, I know who it was the moment I seen you, bro. How you been? I was like, nah, bro. But apart from him, like everybody else that I've like ran into, like legit, I just kept walking because I'm like, they're not gonna recognize me. So I'm like, good, and it just kept going, bro.
Everyone keeps saying I kept the same face.
You just bulked up like crazy.
niggas said we give no credit. But I'm sitting here and I'm like, damn. We reminisce to reminisce. But that was I saw it on someone. I was like, I don't know why I thought there was more to your story than there was actually. And I'm saying like I didn't know what it was before I asked. But yeah, you never forget the first base. And you talk about keeping them around. We don't keep. Hey, if any John Nenes is watching this, I don't keep no. I'm single. I'm single as you could flow me in the YouTube comment single. That's how single I am at the current moment. But yeah, and then as I was saying, moving forward, guys, I have found my soulmate. Soul from Love Island. I told you guys this.
Oh.
By fire, by force. I'm gonna get in the gateway to shoot my shot where it's a good shot. Like that's a shot I take. But I was thinking about it. I was like, apparently her Michael B. Jordan is on her likes. Levels to this, brother.
There's levels to this, man. Hey, guy, hey, listen. I'm shooting for Ira Star, and so at least it's like, we could be like, hey, don't look at me like I'm crazy now. Let's
You're right. I'm sorry. You're right.
Don't look at me like I'm crazy now. Let's calm down with the baffled look now. All right. First you compete with Michael B. Jordan. All right. Hey.
It's like every time you bring up Arya Star, I think about that one time where at Shakir's crib. And you brought it up, and Quasi waited like a good 10 minutes.
What? He's like, what? It's like, did you say that shit out loud?
No, but ladies and gentlemen, I found my soulmate. I think that's who, she don't know it yet, but that's my soulmate for real. And I hate how they did her on Love Island. Me and Shakir gonna talk about it on the reacts another time, but I hate how they did my baby on Love Island. But don't worry, I feel like it was God's plan. You had to walk away from that villa with no man so you could walk into my arms. And that's how it has to end. In my life, when I picture my wedding day, I'm walking down with my little pixie cup daddy, and that's the way it's gonna go. Point blank, period. So I feel like up until this point, I gotta start, because right now I don't have the DMing her money yet. I don't have DM aspirations yet. I gotta start working hard, working myself. So that's like hard work meets opportunity. So by the time I meet her, I already don't want to work. Meet her. I'm there. So when you guys start seeing daily clips again, when you guys start seeing uploads on a consistent basis, just know what I'm working hard for. You know, I found a new purpose in life. But that's a public service announcement. I'm trying to think. Oh my God, I was at the barbershop today. As I could tell. And my barber asked, he's like, do you know what's going on in South Africa? I don't know. That's what they're doing up there.
Yeah, I found out like when the World Cup started. Like I had like a good gist, but I wasn't really paying too much attention to it until they were like, "Oh, da 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 da," like that's what they doing. Like they being xenophobic, and I'm like, "Hold up, pause. You getting rid of people that look like you first before you can get rid of them white folks? What?" And like, and the thing is that baffling thing that I found out too was that like not everybody up in South Africa is a fan of Nelson Mandela. Yeah, like he's seen as a global icon, but not a lot of folks over there because it's like the wealth disparity. It's like it's like for example, let's say I come into your crib, and then boom, I just start taking over. The bed is mine. The computer's mine. You get the corner of the room though. Me and you've been beefing for so long, so long. Then your roommate finally decides to calm us both down. Nothing changes. You still got the corner of the room. I got your bed. I got your computer still. So that's when a lot of people are like, yo, bro, the disparities haven't changed. It's like we got 13% of the population who control majority of the wealth. Why the hell would we be happy simply because on the surface, they're like racism is gone. When like a lot of South Africans are like, yo, bro, like these guys are very racist. Like, and mind you, on our land, which is why I'm confused. I'm like, yo, bro, like y'all beefing with other Africans before y'all beef with the white folks that still got the power over there? Like,
I'm like, there are people look just like you. What are we beefing for?
what are we beefing for? What really are we beefing for? Make no sense.
Because I was mad confused. I was like, everybody going against South Africa. I'm like, I mean, I understood they never messed with the black folks, but I didn't know they was up there doing that.
Yeah, at first they were like, I was like, yeah, they're like Mexico versus South Africa. I said I'm supporting my African teams no matter what.
Kusa was like, nah, not this time. I'm like, what you?
I was like, listen, I love Mexico too. Like, honestly, if I could, I'd be an honorary Mexican. But brother, I was like, if it's an African team, I'm supporting them, except for Morocco. But I was like, except for Morocco.
Is it tied right now? 2-2, 80?
I gotta rep the badge. You know what I mean? Let me see. Is it
Bad timing, brother.
Shut up. Brazil's winning.
Tied?
No, it's still 2-2. But though, so I was like, oh, and she was like, nah, bro, we not jacking them right now. I'm like, oh shit, never mind. But that's some crazy shit right there. What's your barber? African?
Nigerian. Gio. Very good guy. He got a good combo. Today he pissed me off a little bit because I booked my appointment at 4, and I came there and there was like 5 Mexicans in front of me. I'm seeing him just like, yeah, I thought y'all was on the app, but he calmed me down. He said, brother, I got you. And I feel like as a barber, if you're good, you can have a little bit of audacity. If he was a bad barber, I'd have took my ass home. But I needed the cut, so I was like, I'm gonna just stay. All right. Today, Ibra, I have a dilemma for you. And it's a scenario dilemma, and I need to know if I am the one that's crazy about this. Every time a dilemma comes, I listen to it, but I'm like, I gotta talk to my brother and see if we're on the same page, because y'all the ones that be telling me sometimes you're bugging, or hey, you have the right to feel how you feel. Mm-hmm. In order to indoctrinate and take out names, you're going to just use person 1 and person 2. Mm-hmm. Person 1 and person 2, friends, opposite genders, right? Mm-hmm. So been friends over the last couple of months, and person 2, the female, person 1, the female had gotten to like a little debacle, mm-hmm. And they got into the fight, and while they were fighting, person 2, the female, got mad at the guy, and the guy had to essentially apologize. Right after the whole situation was over, the guy's thinking, it's like, okay, and it's like, when something happens to you and you happen to reminisce about stuff, and then realizations come after the fact, but they like the signs have been there the whole time. The realization just hadn't hit yet. So realization hit, and the guy's like, I feel like in this friendship, I let a lot more things slide than she does. Like, and it's like the same thing. Like she'll do something to him, it's okay. He does the same thing back, it's an issue. Mm-hmm. So it felt like there's a little bit of like a disparity there, brother. That's the new vocabulary of the day. A little bit of disparity there. So the guy thinks about it and is like, confronts her about the situation. It's like, hey, over the last couple of days, I feel like you don't respect me as much as I respect you. Mm-hmm. The girl responds with, I see what you're saying. I apologize. It won't happen again, and dismisses the conversation. Guy gets upset.
What's they gonna be upset about?
It's because if this whole thing has been happening this entire time, you are aware and the upset didn't come from the fact that that's the response she gave. It came from the response that was the only response she gave to the situation. On top of that, and it seemed like it was just being said to dismiss the conversation.
I get what you mean. She's just automatically apologizing without really understanding, like, because
Without understanding what you actually did, you can't really fix it. You're just saying, "Oh, sorry, okay, cool," and then keep going. And they're not really acknowledging it, seeing where and how. Like if somebody be like one thing that I've gotten where they were like, somebody was like, "Ibra, you're funny, but you're mean funny." I was like, "Mean funny? What does that even mean?" And they were like, "Well, and sometimes you use insults as a joke." I was like, "I do?" They're like, "Yeah, but like if I just be like mean funny and they just kept the question, they would be like, oh, okay, cool. I'm just dismissing that." But getting a deeper understanding of it really allows you to rectify the behavior. But yeah, I get what you mean.
Because the guy's whole point is, if you understood what it is you were doing wrong, the apology would have came later. It's like, I addressed it to you. Can we talk about what it is that I just brought up? Can we dissect what is happening? But yeah, why do you feel the need to do this? So here's my thing. So moving forward, the guy thought about it and was like, the only way, like, you don't as long as we stay being friends, you're not gonna respect me. So the only way I'm gonna get my respect back is I gotta cut you off. Do you think the guy's in the right, or do you think he's in the wrong? Talk to me, brother.
I think you gotta let it be known, like, hey, gang, like exactly like I said, like, bro, like, are you gonna actually change? Like, has she given him signs like, yo, this person's actually not gonna change? You know what I mean?
Okay, but my thing is, at a certain at a certain age, or at least at a certain age, it's something you said. Like, there are certain things I don't know how to describe, but it's like, if I'm not doing it to you, why do you feel the need to do it to me?
So people are weird. People are different. Like for me, like as I'm getting older now, I'm starting to have more grace with people, but more grace, but that grace is on a leash. So if I address something to you, and then you said, okay, I understand, and you still choose to do it anyways after you apologize, or like when she just apologized, you could have been like, yeah, but like, do you actually like acknowledge, not just saying sorry to just keep the
But
conversation?
that's what I'm saying, is that how do you differentiate between somebody saying they're sorry and they actually mean it versus they actually understood what it is they did? Because there was, after the comment came, there was no acknowledgement, at least my understanding, there was no acknowledgement of like, oh, like, I see what it's coming, or at least try to defend yourself and say, I'm not just like, say something. It was just more of like, I'm sorry, I've been told this in the past, I'll do better. And we're just trying to dismiss the conversation and just walking out of the conversation afterwards.
I say the best thing you can do, honestly, is like, in that moment you could have been like, do you actually really understand like where I'm coming from, or like try to, because sometimes some people, you might try to take a conversation one way, because we all don't think the same when it comes to situations. So you might think, oh, if I have a problem, you want to address it automatically, go deep into it, dig deep, understand. Some people think sorry solves everything. Like, for example, like my mom and my dad are completely different people. If my dad has done something hurtful to you and he says sorry, you're not allowed to bring it up again. Like, it's done. There's no deep understanding. Like, it's sometimes like, and my mom, she gets so pissed about that, because she's the type, like, she'll remember A to Z of everything that didn't happen. So when you bring it back up, my dad's like, bro, it's the past. It's done. I said sorry. I don't know what you want me to do. Some people are like that in a sense, but it's like, for me, I take it more as, see what the person's action says about them. Because like, if you say sorry and then like, I have to talk to you about this again, then I say, okay, yeah, cut her off. But I say give her another chance to actually redeem themselves, and then like prove to you like, hey, this person's changed. Because it's like, somebody saying sorry, because we all say a lot of things. I could tell you anything and everything you want to hear, but if my actions don't match what I say, it doesn't really matter. Like, you know what I mean?
That's
oh, baby, I changed. Baby, I won't do that again. Yeah. Is your actions going to show anything different? You know what I mean? So I think it's just like, just look at their actions, because somebody can say sorry. There are people who don't actually really say sorry to you, but like their actions change. Sometimes some people, it's hard to get an apology out of them.
That's what I'm saying, is that I'm not, I hate my biggest pet peeve. I think maybe I didn't communicate this enough, is if you do something wrong to me, the last thing I want to hear you say is sorry. Like, don't even say sorry. Just acknowledge acknowledge to me you understand you fucked up, and then like moving on, just change that behavior. But it's a constant I'm sorry and apologizing. It just, like, it irks me, because it's like, it's just words. Like, you saying I'm sorry doesn't just this back together. Like it doesn't. That's the part that like, and I think people don't understand that just because if you wrong someone, just because you go ahead and you apologize and you say sorry, does not mean you get to it resets everything you've done and you just go back to factory reset. That's not what it means. That's why personally I don't think I like it, but then again, you haven't communicated that. So your solution to this problem is to give another conversation, give another chance.
I say, if the person has apologized, give them another chance, and like, in being them, and then like move on from the situation. But if they keep on doing the same thing over and over again, then yeah, it's like, yo, bro, like we're gonna have to have a real talk. Like, you know what I mean?
But you know me. You
gotta grow, bro. You want to be close to God, right? I know. I had to have this conversation myself, giving grace to more people. Because me, hey man, once I'm done with you for life. Don't talk to me. Don't talk to me.
Like, but my whole thing is in any situation, the best version of me is the version of me that wants to sit there and argue with you because I still care. The moment I wake up and I'm like, I have no words for this, bro, I'm beyond. There's nothing in my body that wants to keep going.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to take that advice and we're going to keep pushing. And viewers, let us know what you thought about this particular this dilemma. I know some people that be quick to cut him off. I'm people. My thing is, if you do something to me that I wouldn't have done to you, I just want to, because in my mind I'm programmed to understand that's just who you are.
Yeah, some actions, like for her, from the like, this is just my guess of the situation. Especially if she's been like, I've been told that a lot. That's just who she is. But then again, like I said, give it another chance to see. Like, at least you're giving this person a second opportunity to show that it's just like, to change their behaviors. If that's just who they are, want to keep being disrespectful, pack them up. Gotta go. Gotta go.
So without but last week we didn't get in the Psalms, my brother.
No, let's go.
Let's get in the Psalms. 02 in the Psalms. We missed last week, so we're gonna try to do 2 chapters today. We're gonna do chapters 2 and 3, just so we stay on track. And then moving forward, I'm gonna promise y'all we're not gonna miss any one of these again. Hey, we'll be going over Psalms 2 and 3. So for our believers, if you're watching this in your home and you got your Bible with you, go pick that up. We're about to get in the Word really quickly.
They just put Neymar in.
Oh God. The last Joga Bonito. All right, Psalms 2. Let me know when you got it open, brother.
During a moment. All right, cool. Let's go.
All right. Psalms chapter 2. Why do nations rage and the people plot a vain thing? The kings of the earth set themselves and the rulers take counsel together against the Lord and against his anointed, saying, let us break their bonds in pieces and cast away their cords from us. He who sits in the heavens shall laugh. The Lord shall hold them in derision. Then he shall speak to them in his wrath and distress them in his deep displeasure. Yet I have set my king on my holy hill of Zion. I will declare the decree. The Lord has said to me, you are my son. Today I have begotten you. Ask of me, and I will give you the nations of your inheritance, and the ends of the earth your possession. You shall break them with a rod of iron. You shall dash them to pieces like a potter's vessel. Now therefore be wise, O kings. Be instructed, you judges of the earth. Serve the Lord with fear and rejoice with trembling. Kiss the Son, lest he be angry, and you perish in the way, when his wrath is kindled but a little. Blessed are those who put all their trust in him. This is the word of God, brother. Give me your first thoughts and initial thoughts as you read through this.
I gotta read it again, bro. Sometimes I'll be reading first, I'm like, and I don't understand. I'm like, am I slow?
I'm the one that read it, and it's like I'm reading words, but it's not registering up here. Like I'm picking up bits and pieces.
Bro, I can read a whole, like, ever since like 7th grade, something just shifted. Like, I could read a whole page and I didn't get a single word. Like,
that's another thing I told myself, because I consider myself now like a above amateur level podcaster, and I feel like if I'm gonna come here and sit and spew words, I need to start doing a lot more reading.
Yeah,
I need to add that. I need to start and books that actually mean something where you learn something from it. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I'm not gonna lie. We're gonna keep it $1.50. I don't think I understood the whole thing. We could pick apart pieces like I like and verses that I can like resonate with. But for the viewers, if anybody really has a deep understanding of this, I know y'all be watching, y'all be Christians too. Let us know what you think.
I think part there where it says, "Blessed are all they that put their trust in Him," is like, yeah, that's the one that's the best to me. Sentence I understood the most.
Like, I feel like that's okay. If you could read the whole thing and at least pick up something that you could resonate with and talk about, I feel like that's okay. I don't gotta understand the whole thing to get something out of the word.
Let me see. And the relation council.
I think another part that stuck with me is like verse 8, where it was like, "Ask of me, and I'll give you the nations of your inheritance, and the ends of the earth your possession." And the way I thought about that is like, I think we've all talked about this, where it was like, I don't know, but it's a conversation that's come up. It's like, what is something that will make you happy? And we usually talk about, you can have all the money in the world, you can have other things, but I, in this right here, is saying, I think the way I interpret it as is saying the only way you can really find your heart's desire and something that will make you happy is to seek it through the Lord and your Savior. I feel like that's the only way you could do it. And I always say it's like, we always talk about comparison. I feel like you could, if somebody gave you $30 million right now, that's not a guarantee you're going to be happy. And we joke around and be like, money don't buy happiness. Don't get me wrong, money will buy my happiness, but I feel like the stuff, and I don't know what. If somebody was to ask me, what would your life have to look like for you to be completely happy? I don't think I need $30 million to answer that question. It would be nice, but I don't need $30 million. And I feel like is the way I interpret it is like God is the only one that knows what in your heart will really make you happy. Like, and the only way you could find out what your like true level of happiness looks like, you got to seek the Lord.
Yeah, I think it's like it's going back to the point of like everything that you desire is like put God first, seek His kingdom first, and everything else shall follow. In a sense, it's like I've seen one thing that says like your not your passion, your purpose in this life is to serve God, but He's going to also give you the purpose on earth. And I think that's the most important thing. And that's what it's saying right there. Like, when you put God first and everything else really takes care of itself. So I think that's the most important thing. But like when we talk about happiness in a sense, I don't see happiness as a destination that I'm working to get towards. I feel like it's something that I am no matter what I have. Because happiness, depending on tangible things, is constant suffering until you get it. Like, let's say you say, oh, I'm not going to be happy until I get this car. And you don't get this car until you're like 40. That's like 15 years of you not being happy. What? Because you're waiting for money, you're waiting for things. I'm not, like I said, I'm not one of those people that believe that things don't make you happy. All right? Talking to the wrong person. But at the same time, I believe like happiness and content. I feel like God truly blesses you once you learn how to be content within yourself first, and then things start to flow. Like me and you always believe like, yo, money gonna come from somewhere. I don't know how, where, it's gonna come from somewhere.
It really does stuff.
So it really does. Like when I've really, really needed it, it's popped off, and it's never failed me. So that's why sometimes when I feel like, yo, like people will be like, yo, I'm struggling, I can't this and that. I'm like, yo, like I be struggling, but the money always comes at the right moment. Like at the right moment. Like it's funny because it's like, what's it called? The 68 that you sent me the other day before. I was like, man, like I'm trying to be smarter with my money. I'm like, yo, man, like I don't fuck. And then you literally hit me up a couple hours later. Yo, I'm gonna send you back the thing. I was like, I mean, I'm not the type to ask for it back because at the end of the day, no matter what, no matter how much I panic, I know it's gonna fall back in my. And so if you were like, oh, I'm gonna send it back. I'm like, look at God work. Look at God. God, thank you. Look at you work. Look at you work. Thank you. So like literally, like yeah. So that's why honestly, that's what I mean. Like even with moments now, I find more calm and peace now. Like God is gonna take care of me no matter what happened. So I think there's where my happiness and content is. I still want more. You can get it twisted. Huh? Monday want that. Oh, Monday want
Yeah.
Hey, Monday we're gonna be rich. There will be signs. Just a little bit. Why are you acting like that, girl? Don't touch me. Talk about you knew me in middle school. Do not touch me. What are you talking about? Like me the type that you could do an expose. You could be like, he was my ex and he did this, and that. I'll be like, dirty. I don't know you no more. Like he did that to you. I'm a new person. Like the money that changed me.
Like what I say, I always say this. I'm not gonna act any differently with money, but you will not have access to me no more when I start touching some on your. Yeah, I'm gonna just keep this with my real day one, and we just gonna keep it P. That's it. You see me wearing a white. You see me wearing a white T-shirt. The Louis Vuitton is blended in.
It's
mind your business.
It's rude.
Mind your business.
Not RUDE, RHHRHUDE. Rude. Y'all niggas don't know about that shit. That's how you.
So I think to wrap up just as chapter 2, the only thing we take away from it is that, like, again, put your trust in the Lord. I feel like it's a lot easier said than done, but most of the time, if you put your trust in Him, He will not fail you. And I think everyday practice. And I think a lot of people have. The reason I see, like, and we always talk about it, the reason I see so many people accomplish so much in life but still feel a sense of emptiness is because they really don't have God or a sense of direction in life. And I feel like if you're somebody that's ambitious and you want more out of life, try to see God first, because there's nothing on this life that you could get that will make you happy. Trust me. The amount of times I have gotten up and I'm like, if I buy this, I'm gonna be happier. If I get this, I'm gonna be happier. If I get this, and I get it, and it's like it's good for the first like 2 days maximum, and afterwards you're just like, this isn't really what it's going to be. So again, Psalm chapter 2, we're going to wrap it off with keep your head up with the Lord. And then since we missed last week, and we're going to just transition right into 3. So I'm going to read chapter 3, then we're going to talk about it really quickly and then end things there. So chapter 3, Lord, how they have increased who trouble me. Many are they who rise up against me. Many are they who say of me, there is no help for him in God. But you, O Lord, are a shield for me, my glory and the one who lifts up my head. I cried to the Lord with my voice, and he heard from me, and he heard me from his holy hill. I lay down and slept. I awoke, for the Lord sustained me. I will not be afraid of 10,000s of people who have set themselves against me all around. Arise, O Lord, save me, O my God, for you have struck all my enemies on the cheekbone. You have broken the teeth of the ungodly. Salvation belongs to God. Your blessing is upon your people. Chat to me, brother.
This is about your enemies, people who are against you. You know, it's like no matter what happened, no matter circumstances, people, it's like God is my shield and armor. And I think it's one of those things that like I go back to something that I heard. It's like, you know, don't respond back to certain your enemies. It's like God is gonna get them back. That's why I was like, I don't need to argue back with you. God is gonna get my lick back from me in ways I couldn't even think about. You know, and even that and that now, like I've gotten better and like not celebrating the bad things that then happen to like people who've done me wrong, in a sense, because even that, like that's slowing me down because that negative energy is seeping into my energy. You know what I mean? And like, but yeah, like God is your armor and your strength, and you know, crying out to him and letting him know, like, hey, gang, I need you. You know,
I feel you. And piggybacking off of that, I remember it's one of those things where these days I don't get my leg. And Ibra, you know me for a long time. Back in the day, I used to want to get my leg back on myself. I didn't trust the savior to come get it for me. I said, hold on, God, I'm gonna go get it myself. One thing I realized is that when people do stuff against you or like you feel like you have quote, I don't believe anybody quote unquote has enemies. I remember I was watching the show once and someone was like, in every fight or every argument, each person on the different side of the argument believes they're right. So who is there? Who can really sit down and be like, oh, you're in the right or you're in the wrong? We leave that up to God. And this comes from somebody who's had a phase where I take revenge into my own hands, and I've had God take revenge from me. And I promise you, God's get back will never. It's always gonna be 10,000 times better than yours. But because I remember, but recently, I had I don't know if we spoke about this before, but I had a friend who was friends with all of us, a couple who do me slime like 3-4 years ago, and he recently just texted me back, being like, "Oh, like I finally feel like I've told for myself." Meaning, God got my get back to me 3 years later. 3 years later, I don't forgot. I done moved on. My skin is clear. My hairline straighter. My pockets like bro. I don't think you understand. When he texted me in that point of moment, I'm like, I don't even care about this no more. But guess who kept score for me?
God, yeah.
Guess who kept score for me? So it's like one of those things where it's like we always talk and we're like, put your trust in him, but it's like I'm a real life testimony. And like, if you really put your trust in and let the situation go out of your hands, it really will go all for you. So again, and it's like, even if the whole world is against you, man, if you got God on your side, you got everything.
You already won.
So it's like, I don't be discouraged about enemies, but that's what I'm saying. Like, again, every time something goes wrong, one thing I got from this is like, God helps people who are like the trouble people. It might not seem like he's coming to your help right away, but trust, he's coming. Right. He don't come at the time you want. He come at the time you're going to need him. And I kid you not, God ain't never failed me when I needed him. When I wanted him, he ain't to show up. But when I needed him the most, he looked at me and said, hey, my boy, I got you. So again, one thing I want to emphasize to the viewers is, again, put your trust in the Lord. Trust. So again, I always love talking about the word. We get some profound stuff out of it. I feel a lot better about my day going forward and what I got to do for the rest of the night talking about this. So without any further ado, ladies and gentlemen, we have been inactive. We haven't posted a reaction God knows how long. The pod, I ain't been on the clips thing, but I'm back. I need to. The thing is, it's like I know what I want in life, but every day, if it's like, and I watch a lot of people, they're like, every day you wake up, are you doing stuff to get you one step closer? Like, and it's like, I'm thinking about it now, and it's like, I don't think I'll confidently say this. I can't confidently answer and be like, every day I wake up, I have these set of instructions where I'm like, it's getting me closer to where I want to get to. So I want to get back to that, and we're going to be doing a lot better. So without any further ado, ladies and gentlemen, hope you guys have enjoyed this episode. We're recording this on a Wednesday on the June 24th, and this episode is supposed to come out on Saturday. So we're going, hopefully the editor be quick. He's been doing this thing. I can review it, and then we push it out to you guys. But unfortunately, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you guys next week. Peace.